Have you ever met somebody new and became friends really fast? What if you found out that that new person was somebody that you had known all along? That would be quite surprising. Last week, we learned that after Jesus surprised the women at the tomb, he continued to appear to people and surprise them. Today, I want to tell you another story of surprise. It's called The Road to Emmaus. One day, on the same day that the women found the tomb empty, there were two disciples going to a village called Emmaus. And as they walked, they talked with each other about what had just happened. While they were talking, Jesus came close to them, and he walked with them. But they couldn't really see that it was Jesus. They thought that he was just an ordinary person. And so Jesus said, "Hey, what are you both talking about?" And they stood still on the road, looking sad. They said, "Are you the only person in all of Jerusalem who hasn't heard what's happened?" And Jesus said, "What has happened?" "The things about Jesus," they said. "He was God's prophet, but he was handed over to die. We thought that he was going to save Israel. But then this morning, some of the women went to the tomb and his body was gone. They came back and they told us that angels had said that he was alive. So some of us went to the tomb and they were right, it was empty. But we didn't see Jesus there." Then Jesus said to them, "You are so foolish. You're slow to believe. Here, let me tell you what Scripture says." And they kept walking, getting closer to Emmaus. And then when they got close to the village, Jesus went on ahead as if he was going to keep walking. But they invited him to stay the night and rest. And so he did. And at dinner, Jesus took bread. He blessed and broke it, and he gave it to them. And when he did this, their eyes were opened, and they saw that it was Jesus. And immediately in that moment, Jesus vanished. It was such a surprise. They weren't expecting it. But I wonder what it was like to be walking on that road, not really understanding what had happened. I wonder why they didn't see that it was Jesus right away. And I wonder how the disciples felt when their eyes were opened to this wonderful surprise. I invite you to wonder about this story with your household today. And kids and youth, you are invited to wonder with me later on our Zoom calls.